Hello and welcome back to, that was creepy intro right there. Hello and welcome back to the third episode of the Creative Cult Podcast. I'm your host, Rodney.
And I'm Kegan.
And the creative guest that we have this week is Charlie Landa. He's a Minneapolis-based drummer, artist. I've played pretty much everywhere, right? Events, nightclubs, everywhere, all over the country. And now you're kind of exploring art, a different form of art. You're doing painting. So welcome for joining, first of all, and kind of tell us a little bit about this experience. Now you can finally
I don't know what to do with my hands. So I play drums. That's how everything started. And then
I heard it was Adam and Eve, but maybe it was drums.
no, it was me. I'm responsible for
The
all
beginning of
this.
everything? Wow.
No, yeah.
This is throwback then.
If you
All right.
if you look it up, like on
You
Google.
really look it up.
You got the fig leaf and everything like chilling. Okay, all right.
But yeah. Wait, what do you ask? Besides,
Immediately off track. Adam and Eve just gets me completely off track. So you started with drums. Actually, kind of what got you into that? I mean, everybody's into something. What got you into this over anything else?
dude, the story. I'm gonna be very short with this, but it was like
We've got an hour.
It's a
We've
very
got an hour. He's trying to be short a minute and a half in. Let's wrap it up,
It's
guys.
cool though.
It's really embarrassing. So when I was a kid, my mom called me and she was like, I was 8 years old, I remember. And she was like, "Hey, your brother's taking piano lessons. Do you want to learn any instrument? Like, we have a music school for you guys." And I was like, "Yes, the flute." Because like I saw kids playing the flute at school, you know. So I was like, "Babe, that's an instrument, you know." And then like it was like dead silence. And then she's like, "There is no flute."
And no.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, well then drums. And she's like, "Perfect. You're a drummer now."
That's a crazy segue. Was
yeah,
that the amount of
yeah,
pause
from-
between flute and drums
From
right there?
flute to drums, yeah.
Well, so were you have a sibling, right?
Yeah, my brother, yeah.
So were your parents and your sibling, were they into music as well? Was it like an expected thing, or was it just like?
You know what's funny? My grandpa was a professional musician. He was a business owner and everything, you know, but he was very good at music. And he told my dad, never get your kids into music because it's a worse life. Girls, drugs, and alcohol, and, you know, like.
Struggle
In
on the
the-
come up.
And your grandpa saying this? That means
yeah,
this,
my
like,
grandpa
drugs
told my
and
dad.
girls existed
That's
back in
yeah.
like the 30s.
Yeah. And,
You know what I mean?
I don't know.
So I
Flowers
got
back in the
into
20s.
music, and that's exactly what it was, dude.
Was
Just
it?
kidding, yeah, which is,
I mean, there's a lot of.
he wasn't wrong, dude.
There was
Yeah,
a
no,
line
there's-
outside the door, but they couldn't
Yeah.
come in right now, so we've
Yeah.
already clipped them.
I can't go into details with it, but yeah, it is. That's what it is.
So bro plays the keys, like the keyboard.
Yeah, my brother's like a pianist. Yeah, he's really, really, really good, and
Cool.
he sings a little bit. Like he thinks he can't sing, but I think he's really good. But yeah, I play drums. Like the thing is, like my brother was one of those guys that played every instrument, and I just went for the drums, like, you know, strictly.
Yep.
So he's not like the best pianist.
So
Like,
yeah,
he can
so
play like
he didn't specialize like you did.
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah,
That's kind of what, I mean, we've had that conversation before, how you kind of end up focusing in on a certain craft in order to like
Right,
master it. Because
right,
there's
right.
only so much time in the day.
Yeah,
You
it's like-
have to.
dude, it's like DJ. I always had that question actually. Like how long
This
does
is an interview for you. You don't get
Yes.
asked us questions.
Fire away.
yeah, but
No,
how
so
long
for
does it take
DJing,
to
what
be a
is it?
DJ though?
How long does it takes $200 and a laptop. That's
Really?
about it. I mean, that's
No.
the title, similar to like an artist, right? So like we
Yeah.
were talking about this before we started recording. An artist is such a broad spectrum. The word has such like,
yeah,
Which is one of the reasons we're doing
varying
this podcast, is
meaning,
to like
yeah.
explore the different
a
variations.
DJ is
of it.
kind of the same. It's like all you have to do is pick a track and pick a different track. You could do it on your phone and you're
And just mix it.
considered a DJ. But then there's people that are like, you know, David Guetta. So big
Right.
spectrum. But so you've been into drumming basically your entire life since a child.
yeah.
And how old are you now?
32,
So when did you start? Like how old are you?
8.
Okay. So
Got
since
some-
I'm
got some
a
past in
DJ
that.
and I can't do math, what is it, 24 years?
Wait, 32.
Carry the one.
Yeah, 24, isn't it?
It is 24. I did,
I'm not even going to turn that side of my mind on right
yeah.
now. Be like, let's see here. I'm going to grab my.
How creative are we? We don't even know simple math.
It's a creative podcast.
Like I
man.
said,
That's
Damn
the
it.
reason we're artists.
Yeah, right.
Let me grab that. 1 + 7.
Going to the drugs, definitely that has affected all of us.
Just fried off.
That doesn't help for
But,
sure.
but on that, so it's taken a long time for you to get good at this, and I think the common misconception or the expectation that the youth, I want to say, has is it's going to happen overnight, right? It's this within a year or two or 5 years seems like I've been doing this forever, but like for you to be as good as you are, and I can't commend you enough, and like how amazing you are.
Thank you.
It's a long process. It sometimes is your entire life. I mean,
Dude, it is a commitment for sure. Like
gotta
you
love
have
it.
to. I used to practice like 3 hours a day, and if I wasn't on my drum set, I'd be, with the practice pad, just getting my hands ready for like double. Like there's so many things that you have to do, and then besides that is like marketing, dude. It's a huge thing when you're an artist. You have to market yourself. Like if you don't do that, you're going nowhere.
Right.
Like you need to know how you can approach people, and I think that's like I feel like that's the main thing. If you want to be an artist, that's what you gotta do. Like learn how to market yourself.
Gotta be so it's interesting you're talking about your grandpa being a businessman because technically musicians and artists these days are business people. You're a businessman first,
right?
Almost.
Yeah, because you're a product.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that, you become a product.
Yep.
So,
100%.
Kind of going on the products and stuff. So you've even done, I've known you for a while, but you've done like clothing as well. Like, didn't you do like a drummers, or did you do that? Did you make that, or was that like a company that you were signed to, or?
Well, no, it was so since my Instagram started blowing up, the drumming one, so I decided to like start selling clothes, and then this Carrie D English, she was over there. Yeah, that one.
Okay, there we go. Yeah.
It's a dope shot,
She is America's top model. Well, she was in whatever year.
Oh,
And
yeah,
she
no, I
like
do
she
remember
messaged
her.
me and she was like, Charlie, like I love that shirt. Can you send it to me? Like I'll rock it for free. Like I won't charge you anything.
She's in the cities.
Yeah. No, she's from LA. Well, I mean, I think she's actually from North Dakota, but she's been in LA forever. She's like an actress now, and she's doing pretty good.
Yeah, I've heard of her before.
Yeah, she's pretty hot.
It's a
too.
rad shot. I was gonna say that doesn't hurt at all.
Yeah,
No, but dude, that's a cool. So did you design that?
yeah, you signed that. Yeah.
Nice.
So that was like my first art stuff, where like I tried to, because my mom is an artist, and
What does she do? What kind
she
like
paints,
predominantly?
like she
Like
paints like
oils and
really good, really good paintings.
Cool.
But she doesn't market. That's a perfect example right there. Like she never market herself. Like she doesn't believe that she's good enough.
Right.
And yeah. So
It kind of remains. I mean, it's you know it's
yeah,
good.
and it's great, dude. Like her art is like way better than everything I've done, which is nice because I've been learning from her. But yeah,
It's in the blood.
yeah, it's in the blood. But yeah, I don't know.
Dope.
Does she do just on a side note? Does she do? She doesn't do galleries or anything. Or she doesn't go.
She had a manager, and she was doing pretty good. But then her manager had like some personal stuff, and she
Just kind of steered away from it.
Yeah,
So with your social media, that's another one of those things that I think it's creative in a way, right? Like, I mean, aside from it just being like an outlet to communicate with friends and things like that, you're on it. It's your life. Like, I mean, it's it's literally like your blood. Like you post 10 to 20 times a day. Sometimes it's you can never be out of touch with Charlie Landa.
She's doing it right.
Cool
That's the way
because
it's supposed to be.
it's very difficult to stay in contact with a lot of your friends. You know, we all know this in this room. With your career and your family and things like that, relationships, it's almost impossible to stay in contact with the 30 people that you hung out with in high school. You know, so you do a really good job of that with social media, and I think that that's like creative. You know, quote unquote creative. How you do it, because you're always doing fun little drum session. Like you just did this one that you had. I don't know if you pull up or not. It was the one you did last night, where like you're just with a couple friends and stuff. And it's cool that you do it with like 2 or 3 people, but then hundreds of your other friends get to kind of feel like they were there too.
yeah.
Participating.
Dude, I mean, social media now, it's like it's my best friend, because like you feel like you're with your friends when you're not, so you don't have to be there with your friends.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't want to like go out, you can have a drink and just be. I don't know. This sounds
And the
pathetic.
feedback.
It's like it's really. I think it's like really bad to think the way I think, but that's like.
Are you?
I mean,
are
the
you-
feedback's there though too. Like if
Yeah,
you're with,
you're
if-
like, and they reply, you know,
Yeah.
so they tell you like, hey,
Right.
that was funny, or blah, blah. So you feel like you're hanging out with people when you're not, which is like exactly where we're not supposed to go.
Right. Well, yeah,
right, like
Yeah.
yeah, be like,
Like,
and now you're just
no-
kind of hanging out in a room by yourself anymore, and it's like,
yeah,
well,
it's like
not
just
good.
me like with a vision of like.
are you naturally an introvert or an extrovert then?
Okay, dude. So I have like the worst FOMO, and
Clarify what FOMO is for people that don't know.
fear of missing out,
Okay.
and then I have social anxiety, which like doesn't make sense.
No.
But here's the thing. So when I play music, you always get, and I'm pretty sure like you're a DJ, right? Like you get like
I guess I'm considered that too.
Yeah.
I got the $200 device on the laptop.
so like you know you go on the stage and then you play a song whatever, and then you get like everybody screams, so you feel good. You know you get that
That energy,
vibe.
yeah.
Euphoric.
Yeah, that energy. So when I'm at home and I make a painting or put a video, I know that the moment I go out, there's gonna be like girls coming up to me saying, "Oh, that was awesome," or like just being there.
Right, right.
So you get like that rush. So my FOMO is like, I want to go like out to get that feeling, but then once I'm there, I get social anxiety. So it's like, dude, it's like it doesn't like it's like
It's like,
yeah, it's like, and girls will tell me this. It's like, Charlie, I'm gonna give you a hug because I know at the moment we walk in the bar, you're gonna leave. And like
Oh, yeah.
literally, that's exactly what happens.
Dude, you
yeah.
came at a couple of my events and you're there. Like, if you're there a couple hours, I'm like, wow, dude. Like, he's must be ripping out his hair right now because this is a long time.
doing better than
Like
me.
usually he's
I was
just
gonna
like
say
done
if you're there
on
for
to the
2
next
hours.
one kind of thing. You're like, where is he? I don't know. He's gone. He's been here. He's here for his 15 minutes. You're
Yeah,
good.
yeah, dude. Like I don't know. I don't know what I mean.
Dude, that's
it's like-
Hollywood.
Dude,
That's what that is. That's
It's
so
not just
Hollywood, dude.
Like I feel like rock stars in general, or anyone who's like up in front of like a bunch of audience. Like if you get around, even Deadmau5, like his masterclass or whatever, you get that when you're just on a one-to-one level with those people.
Right.
There's not a lot of.
It's like
It's awkward. They're like they don't want to be there, but like if you're up on stage, it's like,
Like-
you're almost hiding. It's the light's not. It's I don't know.
you just
Yeah,
want
yeah.
to be in a chill environment, when nobody's like really on like talking to you that much.
Right. But
Yeah.
you can do your art. Like you can do the thing that you love to do. You can put that
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah, on social media. But
Right,
like
yeah,
the
yeah.
moment I get out, like then I get social anxiety.
Do you feel that way? So as a DJ, I notice that's a good point that you just said there, Kagan. Is when you're in front of I would say any more than like 50 people. It could be 50, it could be 50,000, whatever it is, anywhere in between. It's just one person.
Right.
Like it's a chunk of people that you can't really like. You don't pick out individual people. You're just like it's people.
Right, yeah.
So does that help with you when you're up there? Like that whole social anxiety or
Oh,
or
when
is
I'm
the
on stage,
energy
I
overpowering?
can do anything. Like I
oh yeah.
That's
I'm
awesome.
gonna
dude.
test it. I'm gonna put him on the spot here.
no.
Crowd surf.
Oh, maybe yeah.
We're gonna
But when when I'm on stage, dude, like I have no problem. Like behind the drums, I can do whatever I
Especially,
want.
it's like your podium.
because like it's
you're-
like I know it's like it might sound cocky, but like my thing to like get out of the fear, like the fear away from me, was like just who's better than you at drums over here? Probably nobody. So just go on drums.
Yes, dude. That's
was
fucking awesome.
That was like my mentality. It was like
Yeah.
just go on fucking rock it, dude.
Yep.
So
I can't
Yeah.
do that. I'm like, who's better than me at
That's-
DJing?
And,
Out of
like,
these four
and,
people,
and like
three
people
of
that
them.
are
confidence.
raising their hands, like I heard your thought.
They're walking up
Yeah.
on stage.
It's
I'm
like,
here
dude,
now.
I'll show you
What are you
right
gonna
now.
do? Just break out this little fucking wrap up. We got the candles up there. Watch me.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's cool. That's confidence. That's the
Yeah.
difference between
No, and
confidence
it's
and
like
confidence.
I don't mean to be like, but it's like in reality, dude. If you go see it, like if you go to a concert, like you're not better than that person at what they do. They do that all the time. So
Right.
So if they think that, it's legit. As long as
So-
you don't say it out loud, like, "Hey, I'm better than every drummer," or whatever.
We-
Because I'm not.
We actually talked about it last week with Taylor about just like natural talent, right? Do you think you have like a
Awesome.
natural
Yeah, it's a great
talent?
point.
So you want to kind of ask that question that you'd asked.
Rephrase the Chris did the upgrade, the version.
I think I
2
have
of
like
it.
the right answer for that, dude.
But basically, it's just.
Cool.
Do you think experience equals or adds to talent more than just like a natural ability or
like
like
a
this-
natural born. Yeah.
Yeah. Did
Yeah.
you think you naturally were going to be a drummer, or do you think you would have been just as good at the flute if you would have switched that
Did
up?
did the flute come from Mario Brothers? Tell me it did. Like the fucking warp and Mario.
Oh,
Am I the only one? It's like,
dude, I was addicted to Mario Bros when I was a kid.
Mario Bros.
My dad had to like pull me away from fucking Nintendo.
That's where it came
That's
from.
where it was. Yeah, it was.
You can warp, dude. Come on. Why would you not want to play an
I'm
instrument?
sorry,
to warp?
mom. Hey, by the way, mom, I made it. I'm just fine.
Don't know what to do with my hands, but
But I made it.
But anyway, no, you're
but
talking.
yeah. So, dude, no, it's definitely not. I mean, you're like, I had to work so hard to become the drummer I was. Like, as far as like techniques and stuff.
Right.
But if you're a creative person, it's going to help you a lot. Because I think that's like what I like. Everything I do, it's a lot easier because I am creative. you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
So it's like, and that, I'm sorry, that sounds cocky.
No.
No,
Yeah,
no, no.
dude.
But like, it's like, even like the paintings. We'll show you guys.
There should be like a overarching statement that's like everything that's said in this podcast isn't
I'm just
because
gonna
I'm
put
cocky.
a
It's
giant
because we're you're
cock
talented.
and balls up
Yeah.
on top above your head every time. Just flash it up there every time you think you're like, ding.
My bad.
Yeah, and at this point in the podcast, if anybody even thinks for like 1% that there's any sort of cockiness or arrogance, pause this and check out anything on his social media on Charlie Landa, on Instagram, Facebook. You're super talented, and you can find out in one post. You're like, that's insane. I've talked to people that are 60 years old that have been drumming their entire lives, and they've said that guy is. I'll never be that good, and I've played my entire life. So the fact that you can
thank
get
you, man.
people that are, a person who's just learning it and look up to you and go like, I want to be like that. And you can get people that are at the end of their learning curve, I would say for the most part. And they've experienced most of what they're going to or learned it. And they're still looking at you like, I've never achieved that and I probably never will. That's when you can say, that's like Travis Barker, or that's like, these amazing drummers where you're
See,
like,
dude, that's a perfect example. Like Travis Barker, he's not the best technical drummer when it comes to like, techniques and how fast you can go. Or I mean, he's pretty fast, but he's creative.
right.
He came up with something that other people weren't doing. So then that brought him up.
Like a level of
Like
improvisation.
when I heard him, I was like, dude, nobody's playing like that. Like if you Adam's song, like if somebody else was playing it, it would be just like this. And he was like, like
Yeah.
like how like he's an inspiration to like many drummers, dude. Like yeah.
Yeah, I actually watched a documentary on that, and they were saying, everything about his life, but he was talking about how, I can't remember the actual name of the drummer, so it doesn't really lend itself helpful here, but a person who'd been doing it their whole life, it was like somebody in like Leonard Skinner or Led Zeppelin or something like that. They were saying like, how do you play that hard all the time? You're basically just, you're not going to be able to sustain that, right? And they're just like amazed that he can do this as long as he has, and he's just like his constant, stretching and like working out and stuff to just be able to do it.
Well, he's got a bunch of series.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. But dude, no, it gets to me. Like I have to stretch like this all the time just because of
Like
drumming.
carpal tunnel, like-
I don't know what it is. Like I'm afraid to go to the doctor to like.
Oh, that's good. I mean,
Well,
that's what we
until-
need to do. We need to get a doctor on next episode so
like,
that
so
we can have
here's
them
what-
look at this episode and they're going to be like, that boy's fucked up.
I would check
Yeah.
that out now.
But yeah, I should probably do that. Right? But yeah, I don't know. I can see how. Yeah, dude, that guy.
It's just repetition.
Yeah, he. So I was invited to his show. What was it, last year?
That was about a year ago. I remember seeing it on social media.
And yeah, I remember like the guy telling me, he's like, dude, don't get close to a fire. I'm like, what fire? and then like he started playing drums. Just machines were like, boom. I was like, I know what you're talking about now.
Oh, man.
But yeah, no, the dude, like you seeing him like play, like I'm like, dude, you're 40 years old, like over,
Yeah.
and you're playing that hard. Like I can't even do that. Like I don't know.
I mean, punk music, because
And
he started with kind of like punk music and stuff. But he
Yeah.
plays everything now.
But
He's
dude,
in-
he plays so hard.
he's
Like
so
I
fast.
can show you a video, dude. Like it's insane. Like
rather than show a video of somebody else drumming, why don't you show us you
Live.
drum? So what we did kind of in advance is we just pulled up some random. We can actually have you do it live, and then we can have you show a video, or you can do the video and then do it live. What do you want to do?
oh wait, do you want to see the video or do you want to play like music?
You're gonna do both.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you pick.
So you get to do which one you want to do
Alright,
first.
So let's do a video. So how do they do this?
So once you start playing the audio, we're gonna hear it,
Okay.
and then we will do the
And
visual.
It's gonna be like
representation.
right here.
Okay. But you gotta hold your hand up, or it's gonna fall down. See some visual representation of your hands. What would you be doing right now? That's how he drums? He's not a good drummer. That's what he did. Oh!
Is that good?
So that could easily be faked. But you did a really good job faking it if it was. So why don't we? So right here, I don't know if you can see it on screen. I took some random stuff, house utensils. We got some chopsticks. We got some knives and forks, a shot glass, a wine glass. So
Is that what is that over there? What's the green can?
Oh,
that's
that's my drink.
yeah, it says
That's awesome.
Bloody Mary mix.
No
Nice.
advertisement though.
Yeah, right. So pull up on here, and we'll kind of move the microphone out of the way, and you can just kind of pick and choose something. You could do a quick little drum solo to kind of give some visual representation. Let's kind of move some of this stuff to give them. This is on the fly here, so it's gonna be a little weird. Oh, here we go. Yeah, here's somebody trying to drum here.
I'll come in
There
as
we
a
go.
compliment.
Aw.
Fallen soldier
Nice.
with the flips. Dude, that's
Oh,
rad.
that's dope. Again,
yeah.
round of
Seriously,
applause.
man.
Thank you.
So
Fun.
So I've seen people do kind of like those I don't know what it's called. It's like band where they do those drum where they're doing the
Garage band?
no, it's
Oh,
like band core or something or
marching drums.
yeah.
Yeah.
Did you do that in high school then or
No, I did not. But like I was. Oh, my bad. I did not, but I was a fan. Like, dude, those guys are amazing. But they keep getting better and better. Like these guys can do like.
it seems like
anything.
less drums though. Is it more difficult than how many pieces are in a typical drum set that you use?
It's way different than drumming.
That's a good
I
question.
mean,
I've always
then-
wanted that.
Yeah, because it's more. I don't know. It's just like a snare. So. Like I don't. It's hard to explain, but a drum set is like you have like all the toms, like different.
Does that
toms,
change?
cymbals.
I mean, will that
Yeah.
change? The setup will change depending on what the project or whatever you're doing.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, marching drumming is. I mean, it's really good, but it's a different. Like I don't know. You don't use it.
yeah.
It's not a stage
I-
unless it's.
No, I mean,
intentional on a stage.
I use like some kind of like there is like that Blink-182 song like.
See, this is something I'm noticing right now is as a graphic designer, and I've drawn things for my entire life. I always, and I've heard a million different things, like you use more of your brain when you have a pen or a pencil in your hand, if you're like a naturally creative person. Do you find yourself more relaxed when you have something similar to like a drum stick in your hand? Because like for when I had a pen or pencil in my hand and I could even just doodle, I was like, yeah, I could feel like I could be making something at any point. Do you feel that or?
Well, maybe I feel comfortable right now.
Because I mean, you're
Yeah,
just
it is.
holding on to two butter knives and just drumming on whatever the hell you want. Like,
It's like you fall asleep. It's like there are no monsters in my bed now.
yeah. So what are some of your inspirations like in drumming? I mean, obviously you've come a long way from the child and stuff. I'm sure it's changed, but what are some big ones?
Travis Barker, 100%, dude.
And that's for his style, for
his creative. I think
Creativity.
like I honestly, dude, I heard that dude and I was like, and I picked up what he was doing. I was like, this guy's creative. He's not like the best drummer because I know the best drummers. He's like, this guy's doing things that other people aren't. and that was my thing. I was like, I want to be like him. I want to do things that other people aren't doing, and in every like level of like whatever art I'm working on, you know.
Sure.
It's resourcefulness and like in a level of improv
Yeah,
that's inserted into the process.
yeah,
It's like
and
on the spot creativity. It's like I can take this line and then it's just something that starts winding up in your mind. You just go with like I don't know. You start creating.
right, yeah, and then I mean, as far as like really good drummers that you can never play what they play, Dave Wackel and Wackel, I think it's the last name, and Jojo Mayer. Those guys are beasts. Yeah,
Jojo, who's what?
Jojo
band,
Mayer.
Band is he in?
No, those guys like just do drums.
Nice.
Like he's Nerve. I think he has a band, but like it's not big.
Crazy.
Like, yeah, they're just like good drummers, and they get a sponsor and get rich.
What's the dude? Right.
What's like a weird place you've been asked to perform? You know, is there any venue or
A strip club.
a strip club?
Yeah,
Live
live
drums at a
drumming?
strip club?
it's not weird.
Well, no, I mean it's not weird, but just not typical.
But I mean, it's live
It is
drums.
kinda
That's
weird.
a dope idea.
It
Actually.
is
Not
kinda weird.
usual.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Yeah. No, but it was for a music video. But yeah,
cool.
it was pretty fun.
What kind was it? Was it hip hop?
Yeah, I think so.
I say typically it's not gonna be a folk music
No,
song.
it was.
right?
No, it was
John Mayer.
It was jazz.
Let's go. Yeah.
You're right. Creative jazz. Then the flute could come out. So
I was like, "Where's the flute?"
You
jazz flute.
That's the reason I'm here.
you
You thought
found
I was here for drums?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you found inspiration, and you dig Travis Barker, a couple other different guys that I've never heard of before, but I'm sure it's because they're that talented, and I don't know shit about drumming. But aside from those people,
Wait, I have to say something though.
what?
If you guys, because there's a ton of drummers that follow Travis Barker, like follow his creative side. Don't try to be like him, because
Sure.
like that's two way different things, you know. And I have like friends that like try to be a Travis Barker, and like I'm like, bro, you're not gonna be fucking Travis Barker, you know, like.
Here, okay,
Yeah.
so this I'm glad this came up because what's Instagram doing with like all creative? It's like I'm gonna be Chris can probably attest to this, but like I'm gonna be a photographer and you start studying somebody else's work and then you have a bunch of people that are all doing the same style thing.
Right.
It's like, okay, well, that's cool. That goes back to the original question. It's like, do you pro out by following somebody else's strategy and technique? I like what you said. Follow his creativity.
Right. Don't
That's
follow
the
like
thing you want to do.
Don't try to be like him.
Right.
Because you will never be
be
him.
inspired
Yeah.
by that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yep, and bring it out in yourself.
I'm
like
gonna
your
send
own
this to
touch on it.
Travis Barker. He's
Yeah.
gonna see this for sure.
Well,
Shout out.
I've heard a few people say the people that you're trying to follow didn't follow themselves. They followed somebody else,
Good
and then
point.
they just kind of, like Travis Barker is amazing, right? But he didn't go like, I want to be like myself in 30 years.
Right.
Like he had 20 different people that he, pulled influence from, and then he just kind of did it himself and made his own style, right? Like you said.
Yeah.
So trying to copy somebody's style completely, a lot of people did the whole dubstep, Skrillex. They'd be like, I want to play like this. But you're not going to be that person.
Can you see?
Like,
Can you like? I want to say sniff them out from a mile away. Can you tell somebody is like, yo?
You can. I'm sure it's very similar to drumming. Like certain sounds you can hear differently, right? For people that are involved
Yeah,
in.
I mean, you can totally tell when you're like trying to copy somebody or when you're
Right.
being yourself. Yeah,
Like, are you putting the creativity into it to
Yeah.
make it your own?
because
spin?
like, yeah, I see drummers that like they sound like you're playing a Blink-182 song, but you're failing at it. You know, like it's like you're not even playing like he does, dude. Like that's a failure already.
right.
You know, it's like,
Right.
dude, like just do your own thing. Like,
Yep.
yeah, I don't know, like, but because like Blink-182, dude, was a huge influence in a lot of people. Like, it's
yeah.
Do the music
like,
videos.
it took me a while to admit it, but I have to admit it. Yeah, it was a big influence in my life too, and everybody tried to be them,
Right.
not be like them. You know, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Be creative like them. Be
Right.
them.
Yeah, it's like,
exactly.
dude, and you have to like whatever they're doing, do what they're doing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So what are some of your other influences musically? Yeah, Blink-182, obviously. So you were a skater as well. So that
Yeah.
that's like a.
No, I mean I loved every music, dude. Like I was always into like funk and like because funk and drums is so much fun, dude.
Is it?
Yeah, and like salsa music is extremely hard to play, so it was like a challenge for me. And then, well, I mean, I didn't listen to it. I only played it.
Okay.
Like, I don't.
But that's cool that you you play things that are more difficult. That's similar to music. I'm sure you got that in photography. You follow people, even though it's not what you would do. You want to know it. You want to kind of wrap your mind around like what it takes to produce that.
And you have to know what's hot. Like you have to know what people like because that does influence it.
Sure.
It influences where you go with it. It's
Yeah.
like, okay, this is working, so I'm going to try that. I'm going to put my spin into it, though.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what social media does.
Very few artists in any category stick to one thing. Travis Barker didn't only listen to one genre of music, and you don't only listen to one genre. Like you just pulled multiple there, and photography, videography, anything.
Can we stop talking about Travis Barker? It's like I'm here.
Well, we got
I-
you
I-
because
I-
we couldn't get Travis Barker, dude. We're not even. You know what we're gonna do if we can actually get Travis Barker on like episode 72. We're not even gonna make it 72 for the episode. We're gonna superimpose 72 over episode 3 and cut you out completely
Mom, I will make it bigger than Travis Barker.
by playing his style,
Look,
his
Mom.
genres.
Here I am on the candles.
I made it here so far, so
But you never thought I'd be playing with butter knives on fucking candles.
on the podcast.
Okay, so
my husband like watching is like, fucking job, dude.
Slow clap.
we have we've asked you a few questions, but we have kind of 3 random questions that Chris helps us out with.
Chris.
Shout out
And
Chris.
some of these might not make sense because he grabs them while we're actually recording, so they might be related to something we were talking about 10 minutes ago.
Okay.
But here's a question. So, what do you think about drum machines versus actual drums?
Oof.
Do you have a preference? Do you hate on them?
This is good because you'll get
hate
into
it.
drum machines.
No, I mean, dude, like, it's way different. Like the feeling, like the you hit a drum. It's kind of like you said, like the touch.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Well, you saw that come out like, just on the,
you can make this. Yeah, there's so many sounds. With a drum, it's just like the machine. It's
Yeah.
like one sound and that's it. So yeah, I don't like it, but we deal with it.
Yeah.
Can you like? Are there certain?
Yeah,
drum
I mean, I
that
can make something cool
that
with it.
brings it out. Like, I mean, there are different there's different.
But at the same
sensitivity in some
time,
of those
like
things, right?
nowadays, like if you're talking about like studio recording drum machines, then you can
high level.
Yeah, you can switch it
There's
up.
velocity
to whatever-
changing and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and that's all like.
Yeah, you can
pressures and
like
stuff,
make
yeah.
this sound like a cat,
Are-
like, so it's
Are
like,
you as picky as I'm going back into DJing as people will complain about digital versus analog sound? They'll go
Oh,
like a
man.
real record versus a digital, signal being sent to this thing and then processing. Deadmau5 is a big person who's like an advocate of creating the actual analog sound himself.
Really?
He has an entire studio of like these synthesizers that he plugs in and makes the sound. So
am I peeking
And
about
he's
it?
he's got enemies in the analog realm because he's so digital because of his shows. So
Yeah.
he actually records a lot of that stuff in analog.
he creates
That'd be
analog and then
interesting to know.
But
That's good.
So he has an ear, and I'm very similar to like you have an ear that me and him don't hear because you've heard drums played a million different ways by a million different people. So are you really picky with like something being digitally reproduced or it being just recorded live, or do you
No, not anymore, man. Like life has changed.
Yeah.
Okay. Like back in the day, like you had to
2020.
no, it's like it's way easier now, dude. I remember like back in the day, I had to go to the studio and you have to record everything perfect. Now you hear like the hi-hat or like something wrong, then just move it to the computer.
Yeah.
You know?
Done.
So yeah. So I personally don't have anything against it, but maybe like some people will be like, "Oh, you should do it right."
I still
It's
think of like the purist. I hate to use that term because like I don't think it's purist anymore. I think it's
no,
changed
it's
so much
everything is like,
nowadays.
but I mean, it's like, why wouldn't you, dude?
It's like
Because
hater. It's kind of like hater
That's
of
what it
like
is, dude. 'Cause
here's the thing,
It's
forward-thinking
100%
people.
that.
Here's
I'm
the
so
thing.
glad that's been said.
Yeah, you spend like
And if you guys have a problem with that, my name is Kegan Stewart. You can
And
check
my
me out.
address is blah blah blah.
you spend like 3 minutes like drumming, and then one little thing goes wrong. Like let's say like you hit like a cymbal accidentally, you have to re-record that. I'm like, no, dude. No, let's just like move
No,
that
dude.
thing where it goes. Like, and that's it. So I don't know. Would you have a problem?
What do you call that? Like I heard somewhere. Like, I mean, those little like if you buy a
Oh.
track, there's like different layers of the track.
Yeah,
Stems.
Stems. Yeah.
All right.
So you just scoot the stem.
Scoot the stems.
Yeah, just like move it. Yeah,
That's a new
like-
episode. New episode of the
Scoot the
podcast.
stems.
Scoot the stems with Charlie Landa. Okay, so we're gonna get to another question. We're gonna veer off a little bit because we want to kind of start talking about your art and stuff like that soon. So, one of the things we're gonna veer off is actually nothing to do with art, but what is your celebrity crush?
I have two. So Jennifer Aniston, dude.
He's doing what the girls do. You give them like here. You have one option. Choose this, and a girl will be like, "Well, actually, there's
Roddy's got a
four.
hair trigger. Roddy's got a hair trigger here.
You're gonna
It's
get
got to
a
be
lot.
one.
Yeah,
You
you
got one
got
favorite color.
one.
One.
It's you win an
only
island.
one.
You win an island with
It
one.
does.
Oh,
It does
yeah.
get too easy if you spread it out. You can be like, "Oh, I've been thinking about," but
Eva Mendes, I would say.
Okay. And what about Ava Mendes?
I don't know. She's just 10 and hot. I don't know, dude. She's super hot.
that's all that
Yeah,
needs
nice.
to
So
be
all
said.
these girls out there that are
that's-
just like, I just want to be like Ava Mendes, and they'll be like, well, what do I got to do to be like her?
Just
So
be 10 and
really
hot.
intelligent.
Just look at
just be
her
10 and
and
hot.
figure it
You
out.
know, I'm like, I'm not that complicated. So girls, if you're like 10 and hot, I'm there for you.
As you can see by the line that was out the door that couldn't come in.
What's the weirdest thing you've ever been asked, other than this question?
I want to play drums at a strip club. I don't know, dude.
Was it a music video? That's the reason why you're playing drums at the strip club.
Yeah,
Or a music video.
No, I think it was something. Like that.
I mean, a weird thing to be asked. It's got to be to come to a show, see Travis Barker, or like there's a million different things.
That's weird. Yeah, which was awesome. But
Awesome, weird.
I don't know, dude. Like weird. I don't know.
Everything in your life is so
Everything
weird
has
that
been like really legit.
If you can't call out, here's the theory though. Like if you can't be like that was weird, maybe everything's weird.
Yeah, and like I'm like, yeah,
You're just
maybe I
living
should
in the
change
weird.
my life up. Like,
No,
that's
I mean that's the quirk though, dude. That's the musician, that's the artist thing. I think
Yeah.
you live and you.
I don't know. I just can't think of anything. Like, what? Okay, can you answer that question so I can get idea?
Just fire it back.
He's like, do you like man?
I get asked that was probably one of the weirdest questions I've ever been asked.
That? Do I get that asked like all the time?
But
like,
yeah,
by gay people.
But the first time you got it asked, it was probably the weirdest thing, right? Like
Because you don't prep an answer for anything. You're like,
Yeah.
well,
you're like, dude,
you don't
like,
want to offend anybody
I was
either.
like-
You're
like
like,
all
I'm
I
like,
was doing is
what are
wearing
you?
a matching
I was like,
shirt
what do you
with
have to
pants.
offer?
yeah.
No,
What's
dude.
the pay?
Okay, a lot of people think I'm gay, dude, because I'm single for like a long time. But no, I'm not gay. I love my gay friends though. But yeah,
I mean, in a way though, like if you love your gay friends, then
that means maybe I'm gay. Like, I just came out.
How do you love them?
He outed me.
Live.
Simple math right there.
Live.
I'm in love
No.
with gay man.
That was very, very basic. It was like 1 + 1 equals.
And that was it.
Damn it, I guess so.
And that was it, Mom.
Sorry, but this is the way it is.
He peaked and like climaxed and dropped in the
Yeah.
exact same episode, right? Your mom's just like, he was so talented, and then he
He was
just
like, oh, no, he's gay.
Ooh.
All right.
all
Fine.
right. Onto that, this is a question from Chris. So leading
Blame
into
it
that,
on him. Blame it on him.
yeah,
dude.
yeah. If you were a girl, would you think Tom Brady was attractive? The football player for the quarterback for the New England Patriots.
So we just took one for granted. We
I
go
just
right
watched
into
that,
two.
Aaron Hernandez, by the way. But if I, dude. I mean, if I was a girl, yeah, I guess any football player would be attractive, right?
Would it be for the
Is
money?
he-
or?
What?
Dude, Tom Brady is like,
He's not even selective. He's like, well, if I'm a girl, I'm not selective at all if they play football. Like all of them.
I'll do
Balling?
anything.
Straight balling?
See,
All right.
girls, I'm telling you, I'll do anything. With the expression. Anything. It's creepy. But yeah, no, I guess yes, dude. Like the guy's like good looking. I think a little old, is he?
Yeah, he's
But
probably
and
40-some,
he's
yeah.
rich as you know.
That's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
yeah.
He wants to be.
fired. It's like it got fired at me. It's like, would you be sexually attracted? You can tell
It's
someone's
like,
good
it's like
looking.
it's like me like telling a girl like, hey, I actually don't have. Yeah, like Jennifer Aniston. Like, would you like, do anything? Yeah, if I was a girl, yes, I would too.
If you were a girl, you would with Jennifer Aniston?
Two.
Two?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I would
Okay.
like, if I could like clone myself and like make myself a girl, I would like do a threesome with Jennifer Aniston.
Ooh,
That's
that's complex.
Yeah, I've never wrapped my head
that's
around that.
multi-layered.
I hope we can cut that.
Nope. Let's go.
That's going into a 15-second Instagram
I'm just gonna
clip.
remix that.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be like on play for a 15-second. Yeah.
Have you actually ever used the dating app?
And stop drinking. Nice.
Have you ever used the dating app?
No.
Never?
Ooh,
Dude, I
say that with some
Yeah.
vigor,
I hate it.
enthusiasm.
good.
Because like I feel like if you want to meet somebody, you want to like, you know, it has
It's
to
a
be
dynamic,
thing. It's a physical, you know, like emotional whatever thing.
You want to
You
drum
know-
on their ass.
You know what it
That's
is?
you wanna
Yeah.
do.
You know what it is? Is Charlie's like, well, they can't hear my accent over the internet. That's what it is. It's his go-to. They're just
Shout
like,
out to get
Like,
Tinder
I'm
he's
not-
voice
talented
clips.
and he has an accent. Oh, sign me up.
Done then.
Can you drum on my ass?
Swipe right.
I already did that. I
It's
did.
like, hey Google, can you accent my typing?
Just umlauts
Because
over.
I'm not. I haven't gotten laid.
Yeah.
So kind of veering off again. We had kind of tiptoed around the fact that we're going to be switching this into artist mode, like more painter mode. So you switched your focal point, or have you really switched your focal point, or is it just kind of something you're doing as well? So painting, I've been noticing on Instagram, you've been
No pun.
doing these
Focal point.
like cactus paintings on like cardboard, on just random things. So
Dope colors.
Colors,
Dope colors.
so what got
Yeah,
you into
yeah.
that? Like
dude. Yeah.
drumming just got,
No,
Work for
it's
a
not
second?
about. No, I still go to the studio like once a week or twice a week. But no. So I bought this cactus from Home Depot, and he had like colors, and I was like, what? I was like, that's possible. And then
Like bold
one-
colors. Not
yeah,
the
he had
cactus
like
was not
here.
green.
I'm gonna show it to you. See, I'll put it on the screen right here.
yeah.
Hold
Hold it up, it's falling. There we go.
It's a good size. cactus.
And dude, it like, I don't know, it looked amazing. And then one time I was driving home. Oh yeah, you're looking for it.
Pull it up. Does it just have like one of the red? There's like a red
Oh
thing.
no, it's not there. It's not there.
Okay.
And then I was driving home and I was like, dude, I want to make a painting. Like I get that, you know, artist vibe sometimes. Like, hey, I want to do something creative.
Yeah.
So, and I was like, what if I dipped a cactus into paint and then like flipped it and then like paint would fall off, you know, on it and with different colors. And that was like, that's how it started. And then, dude, the crazy thing is, so I painted, I called my mom because my mom's an artist. So I can't paint for sh. And I was like, hey, mom, I have this idea to paint a cactus. Can I come over like so I can show you? And she's like, a cactus? I was like, but I made it, mom. No, that cactus that you didn't believe in.
Look where I'm now.
Look where I am at. She was like, and I was like, okay, so here it is. I was like painting this painting, dude. And I was like, should I put this color? She's like, I don't know, it's you. And I was like, okay, so I'm gonna put this color, mom. And then, dude, and then it came out, and she like the painting, and then she was like, wow, that can actually be a thing. And then, dude, I posted it on Facebook on a Friday. By Tuesday, I sold 10 paintings. Like it was like it picked up
Wow.
right away. So now I'm doing it, you know, because
Yeah.
That's a good choice.
it's convenient.
When you move 10 right
no,
away.
no, and to be honest, I love like creating like, you know, visual stuff other than music. So yeah.
Yeah. Do you have a preference? Like now that you've been kind of delving into this a little bit more, do you see, since we only have a limited amount of time, you know, with the amount of things that we can do with our creativity, do you see spending more time doing this, or do you have a limited amount of time where you still have to dedicate it to your career, your friends, family, and like drumming and things like that?
Well, I have to take this as a business now. I was not expecting it, to be honest, but now it's becoming a business. So I'd say like I'll spend, you know, 50-50 with everything else. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
So, and the fact that you're single right now allows you
Frees
a
up a
little,
little
bit
bit more
more time. Yeah.
Bandwidth
And
is
hot.
Yeah.
the painting. What's gonna go on the back burner though if that changes?
Yeah, what if
painting
Eva,
with
what if
the
Eva
drums.
Mendes comes up and she's just like, hey, you
Yeah.
know what? I really want to start dating you. Your painting's amazing,
Yeah.
and I want you to drum on my butt.
You
And-
make a video out of it.
And you're like, yeah, I'm gonna have to cut. I can't do that because I gotta paint, and that's 50%. I
You
can't
can
give you
paint
the
her.
time.
I
You
was
can
like-
paint her butt. Though.
Yeah, like, how much money you have though?
It's
Like, I'm
honestly
not
an issue.
that cheap. I know you're Eva.
Yeah. but I'm expensive. So
Yeah, like it's still Charlie though.
yeah.
Okay.
So like when you were a kid, did you ever think you would kind of go on the path that you did? We talked about a little bit earlier with like the drumming and things like that, but do you like, it's been said a bunch of different ways, and I might be doing a bad job explaining this right now, is do you see the path that you've done thus far in life? Did you foresee that? Or is this just
Dude,
something you just kind of took it?
I have a crazy
Seem like
story.
a Buddha thing right now. You just
No,
glow.
Yeah.
okay, yeah. This is actually really deep, and I've never said this to an. I don't even know why I'm saying it right now. But
We're
okay,
recording
when
it, so this is good.
Yes, when I was 10 years old, I was dating this girl.
She was 40.
By
She
the
was
way,
42
I
years
lived
old.
in Monterrey, Mexico, which is like a great freaking city.
You're not
Should
Russian?
It's warm there right now.
Oh.
Not
even
here.
though I sound Russian. So I was living there, and then I told my ex, like little girl, I was 10, dude.
Yeah.
dating.
Just what
Who
a
does that?
pimp.
Me,
Crush.
pimp.
Pimp.
Yeah. And I was like, hey, I just had this feeling, and I told her, I was like, I'm going to move to US and start playing music there. And then she was like, what? I was like, I just got this feeling, and she was like, yeah. And then for a whole year, she made fun of me. She was like, are you in the US already? Blah blah. And then like suddenly, bro, literally, my mom called me one time, and she's like, hey, we're moving to the US. Because my mom's American, like, so everything was like very easy, like, you know, because we were already like able to like visit you,
Sure,
you
sure.
know, as, you know, and then we moved, and then everything that I told her happened in like within 3 years, dude. And it was like,
You made it
yeah.
happen. Made the dream real.
So I don't. Yeah, that was.
What did she tell you? Did she say like?
Oh,
in
she
the
never
next,
talked to me again.
oh, then she.
Yeah,
She wasn't like in the next 3 years I'm gonna be living in poverty and eating a dog.
She
How do you
should-
like me now?
She should have said, "I'm not gonna date the hottest guy ever for sure." Oh, okay. Now it's becoming cocky, dude. I'm playing 100%, guys. Like, dude, like I actually have like very like low self-esteem, so it's actually cool that I'm.
So
bringing
you
myself up.
You haven't reached out or talked to this girl that said that it wasn't.
Oh
gonna
no,
happen since
dude!
then?
Like, she knew that I moved, but that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So nothing needs to be said because it just happened.
Yeah.
She's like,
She was
"Sorry."
probably like, "Oh fuck, he did it." Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah. It
Is-
was
Oh,
like,
well.
yeah.
Is there anything else that you want to do that you haven't done thus far that you know of? Right. I mean, there's a million things you might not know that you're gonna end up doing. Maybe you'll be a fucking
Creative.
astronaut.
Are you
I-
talking? Yeah.
But is there
Yeah.
anything else creatively that you're like, I still want to kind of explore that, and I haven't really spent too much time?
Yeah, I kind of want to be an actor, dude. Like, I feel like I can pull that off.
You went the wrong direction.
Hey, yeah,
because
no,
California,
Yeah.
Minnesota.
I'm gonna
have to
tell
go
you, you're
back
not
then.
gonna do it. I'm gonna be like, dude, you can't
Yeah,
do
you're
that. And then in
Well,
a year, he's gonna do it, and he's
Yep.
gonna forget about us, just
Yep.
like he did that little
We're
girl.
gonna be blocked out.
And I'm gonna be living in poverty, fucking eating
under
a dog.
bridge in a box.
Yeah, please tell me that I'm not gonna do it so I can do it.
It's been done.
Yeah.
He did.
No, but yeah,
You're not gonna
I
fall
feel
in
like
love with
acting
you're
is-
not gonna fall in love with a beautiful man.
And
I
to
will.
fruition.
I will. I bet he's gonna like put this on Instagram. Like, oh yes, I will. I will.
Just
dude.
that clip.
What a dick, dude.
Yeah.
Like he would do that.
Yep.
Just sitting here.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the followers to drop.
No, yeah, I have no problem with like gay people.
Oh yeah, no, we're just playing.
Yeah. But so like endeavors wise, drummer, painter, what else? Actor.
If you were
Yeah,
gonna,
yeah.
if you were gonna
Let's-
act, what would
yeah.
you do? Would you since you're bilingual, would you do acting?
Ooh, I would do both, dude. Fuck
would you?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. So you know what I hate is Spanglish music. Like
Yeah.
sing it all in English, Pitbull, or sing it all in Spanish. Don't be like
What's his first stuff was kind of like that
it's,
though,
it's
wasn't it?
all like it's all English, and then he'll be like, he'll just be like, dinguero. He'll say
Yeah,
like
yeah.
3 words in Spanish. He'll go right back to English. You're like, what the fuck was that?
You're
You know
like,
that we
"Oh,
don't
I
know that.
understand
We
what you're
gotta
saying."
Google it.
You're like, damn it. No, I
Or
don't know
vice
anymore.
versa. Have it be completely. It's less prominent, like being completely in Spanish, and then just being like taco. I guess tacos. Tacos is it.
What do I?
The
think to
one
say?
word that I
What's that?
choose.
No. Taco.
Tacos, English and Spanish. I guess.
Salsa.
Yeah.
Taco Tuesday.
But you would act in both. You're saying.
Yeah, I mean, dude, my problem is like I can't speak any language like correctly. Like I have an accent for everything now. So when I speak Spanish, my cousins are like, dude, you sound like American.
Russian.
Yeah.
Or Russian. Yeah, they don't know Russians probably. That's why they say American.
The side note right now. Side note. While we're having this conversation, you lowered yourself down in the chair, and the microphone's getting lower, and you're lower. I literally feel like we're sinking into the ground, and this interview is gonna look like I'm yelling at you guys.
Like,
There we go.
back. Oh, he's back.
I'm back.
There we go.
Back
Okay,
again.
he's up here again. How's it going,
Same level.
dude? That's something in these interviews and people that are watching visually.
Hey,
Here's a
By the way, like people think I'm like a short guy from my pictures. On
dude.
Instagram.
You're a strong 5'6", and I'll tell anybody any day of the week.
And a half.
Tallest 5'6" I've ever seen.
5'6'5".
The tall-
Tallest
and a half.
5'6".
No, like it's funny. Like when people see me in person, they're like, "Oh, I didn't know you were this tall." I'm like, "The fuck? Like, why? Do I look like short? Like on pictures?"
I think it's how you hold yourself, and also the structure of your body and the shape of
Angles.
of you.
Dude, it's all about the angles on the camera.
So everything.
I'm not high
No,
enough.
'cause, like,
I'm not
how
high
you-
enough for you.
No, how you sit is kind of like this, and it's kind of like
Wrap
you
into it.
drop down a
But
little bit.
also shoot all photos from below.
Yeah, if you stood, you're tall. You're as tall as I am. We're all about the same height. If you stood like this, yeah, you'd be. And also when you're talking and you're singing and things like that, it's better for like your vocal cords and stuff.
Have the chin up.
Obviously, when you drum like you got spinal bifida. You're just like,
Maybe it's like the drum. You know, you're always like
Right.
yeah.
shrinking.
Got to be up over it.
His shoulders have to be touching at all times. They're just folded in.
The
I gotta be
chest.
I gotta be hugged by my shoulders. All right.
So where can we find you on social?
Instagram, Charlie D Landa.
So follow him there. You can also follow us on Instagram at Creative Cult Pod, as well as Facebook, same name, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcast, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Spotify, anywhere you get your podcasts. You can also see the video, so you can see, what Charlie looks like. That's on YouTube, and you can see him physically play his drum solo earlier, and the one he's gonna take us down
On the
with.
out.
Yeah.
Take us out, man.
Let's do it.